tunapinga vitu kama hizo. We want to oppose and we shall viciously oppose such a thing, that Americans to set a quarantine for themselves, a pure American quarantine, which will not admit other human beings, which cannot admit a Kenyan. That is apartheid.
Hello guys, welcome back to your YouTube channel, and if you're new here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any important updates. Today, we are following a developing international story that has sparked major debate online, both in Kenya and globally. The United States government is reportedly planning to establish an Ebola quarantine and treatment facility in Kenya for American citizens who have been exposed to the virus during the ongoing outbreak in Central Africa. According to multiple international reports, the proposed facility would mainly handle Americans who may have been exposed to Ebola in the DRC, Congo, and Uganda.
The number one priority of our foreign policy is to protect the American people. We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States. And so the State Department and other agencies represented here, the Centers for Disease Control, HHS, others are working very, very hard to contain this crisis to the countries where it's currently located, particularly the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And so we've surged assistance to make sure that is being contained there. And obviously, multiple agencies involved here are also very involved in tracking people, just to make sure that nobody comes into this country that has Ebola and creates a problem for us. And we feel like we've got good efforts in place to do that, and Americans should feel assured that the President and his administration is doing everything we can to protect them on that front.
On the other hand, the Kenyan government has acknowledged that discussions are ongoing, but insists that any agreement must strictly follow Kenya's health regulations, safety standards, and national biosafety laws.
Kenyan government continues to protect the Kenyans. But as we continue to protect the Kenyans, we cannot abdicate our obligation and our duty in global health security. This is what we have been known for decades. You know, this is our expertise. So this is the time to show up. This is like a marathon has been called in London. Do you say that you're not going to send Kenyans there? This is our expertise. And so from that perspective, we are very confident as a country and as a government that number one responsibility is to protect the Kenyan. But as we protect the Kenyan, we can also extend this expertise, we can also extend this experience in the broader global health security response and assist the region, because outbreaks do not care about borders. They do not care about opinions. And you cannot close yourself and say that, oh, you know us, we are good, we are Kenya, we will protect our borders, and then just forget about it, you know. And if we are to really look at our contribution to One Health, this is the time for Kenya to stand up. And this is the assurance that we want to tell the country, just like we responded in 2013, just like we responded in 2015 by having experts go to those countries. We are ready to protect the Kenyans, but we are also ready to assist the world tackle these global challenges. And we are being relied upon, and this is the time for Kenyans to be proud that others have confidence in our healthcare system.
Many Kenyans are raising concerns about possible public health risks, transparency in the agreement, and why Kenya has been chosen for such a sensitive facility.
My people, Ruto kama anataka Wakenya wamwachie nchi sasa atuambie tu. Because tell me why he is accepting this. So Donald Trump will be sending Ebola exposed people to Kenya from the United States. Hii news niliona usiku, New York Times. Nikasema hapana, no. I can't trust this source. Nimeiona kwa Wall Street Journal. Nikasema hapana, nimeanza kuona these big outlets za Kenya zikipost, and I'm like, what do you mean? Anyway, we don't have a country. Let's accept that Kenyans. Kama imefika hapa, then we are doomed. Ebola exposed people. Aluta.
Do you know how crazy it is to use our country as a quarantine hub for Ebola? And no one is batting an eye. Hakuna mtu anastuka. Do you guys know what Ebola is? Do you know what Ebola can do to a nation? Ebola wipes us out. Achana na COVID, achana na hizi sijui mnasemanga sijui nini antivirus mko mnaona mnogo. Ebola can what hata nimenyongwa. I feel like weird shit is happening in Kenya and no one is like giving two cares. I feel like tunashinda tu tukiambiwa bad news after bad news after bad news. Bad things are happening and no one is truly doing anything, including me and you. And I feel like even if we say, oh, we're doing this, oh, we complain here and there, I don't think anything is changing.
Kenyans, umesikia serikali yenu inataka kuimport maugonjwa kwa sababu imesikia United States of America inapatiana pesa kwa ile nchi ambayo itakubali hayo maugonjwa ipelekwe hiyo nchi. Hivi karibuni mtakuwa mnazikwa asubuhi na mchana, kwa sababu serikali yenu ndio imeamua. Heri muzikwe lakini hawapate pesa campaign.
Na sisi kama Wakenya tunataka kusema hivi, tunapinga vitu kama hizo. We want to oppose and we shall viciously oppose such a thing, that Americans to set a quarantine for themselves, a pure American quarantine, which will not admit other human beings, which cannot admit a Kenyan. That is apartheid. It is apartheid that Americans are transporting to Kenya. As Kenyans, we must oppose. Lazima tupinge. And we want to tell President Ruto, that you are the President of the Republic of Kenya. You must protect our sovereignty. As the head of state of the Republic of Kenya, you have a responsibility to protect our sovereignty as a nation. You have a responsibility to protect our sovereignty. Americans wasichukua advantage kwa sababu tumewapatia nafasi, wako na military base yao hapa, ili watuletee vitu zingine kuja kututengenezea hapa Ebola facility quarantine ambayo ni ya kuhifadhi wa America citizens ambao wameshikwa na ugonjwa wa Ebola. Kama hiyo facility ni ya kusaidia kila mtu including Kenyans, then we can accept it. But if it is a facility that is meant for only Americans and other people cannot be admitted, we must oppose it. Lazima tuipinge.
What is clear, however, is that this proposal has already sparked a major public conversation about health security, international relations, and trust in government decisions. We will continue to follow this story closely and bring you updates as they unfold. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.